This is episode 26. Today is November 28th. My name is Marie and I'm coming to you from Central New Hampshire. And this is my channel where I share all of my love for all of the knitting and nitty things. I share what I'm working on. I share what I've finished. I share if I've acquired anything, and sometimes I share other crafty things. Today will be a little bit different episode here in the beginning. I haven't been here since mid-September, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about what happened. So 6 weeks ago, my husband had a major heart attack. He was rushed to a hospital where they put in a stent and then airlifted to Boston, Massachusetts, where he underwent a quintuple bypass surgery. It's been a ride. I'm not going to get emotional, but it's really been a lot. I'm happy to say that he is doing well and he's on a good road to recovery. I have been working a lot of hours just to make up for, financially it's a hit. He's the breadwinner, and so I have been working a lot, and haven't really done a huge amount of knitting. Some of the finished objects that I have were done prior to this all happening, and some have been done in the last, maybe 10 days or so. We're all okay, but I couldn't knit through that whole escapade. I was so shocked. I really, I expected that the knitting would be a comfort to me, but I just could not, for the life of me, focus on it. So it was really hard. It's been challenging, and we've turned a corner at the 6-week mark. He's doing very, very well. And I feel like, maybe there's some sense of, I don't know what the word is, maybe calm again. And, it'll be a little while longer before he can return to work. And when he returns to work, it will look very different for him. He's an auto mechanic, and, so he will have to adjust what he does and how he does and all of that. So thank you so much for letting me share this little bit here. I haven't been here since mid-September, which is unusual for me. And I'm so happy to be back. I have 6 finished objects, and most of them are relatively small because I have been mostly gift knitting. And I have a couple of whips, nothing too big, and a couple of acquisitions. So, I'm just so grateful to have all of you people here, and thank you to everybody who reached out to me to ask if I was okay in this little absence. And if you're new here, this is not a normal thing. I don't normally start with life chatty stuff, but I had to get that off my shoulders so that I could move forward and have some happiness. And if you're a returning viewer, you guys, just thank you so much. Thank you. You bring me so much joy. So, all right, without further ado, let us get started on with some finished objects. So the first thing I have is, and again, like I said, these are all small things because I was working on a lot of gifts. So these were where I left off in my last podcast, and there's a pair of socks. I do have 2 of them, and these are for Anabelle. And Anabelle is 9. She is very, very knit-worthy. She's my granddaughter, if you're new here. Love this so much. So I just did shorty socks for her, and I think it's 10 rows cuff, 10 rows leg, heel flap and gusset, and then the length of her foot. And this yarn is awesome. This is Polka Dot Creek. Excuse me. Polka Dot Creek. in her self-striping DK sock set. It's called Silent Night. I originally couldn't find this tag, but I did manage to find it. So I actually have quite a bit left over. I feel like I could probably get another pair of shorties or close to it out of this. So maybe I will do that over the winter. So yeah, so, and these are for Christmas for Anabelle. So that's exciting. Gift knitting. So that is finished object number 1. I did use a US size 3 needle. That's the size I always use on all my DK socks, and pretty much DK are all I actually knit. That being said, I did do a sample pair for my local yarn store, and it was a fingering weight. I'll see if I can find a picture of them. They were, I think it was a new yarn. Wool Addicts put out a new stripy type yarn, and they were fun to knit. They knit up pretty fast. I'll try and find a picture and pop it in here if I can. So all right, so on to what's next. It is another pair of socks, and these were also, I think these were in the works in my last podcast. So here they are, and these are called the Biscuit Socks from Isabel Handmade Stories. I love these. Look at just a little bit of texture on them. I think you can see that. Yes, yeah. And this color, oh my gosh, it's everything. So I did, I can't remember. I think it was 12 rounds for my cuff, and I did 5 repeats of the pattern. And it is a paid for pattern. I think it's a paid for pattern. Oh boy. I think it's a paid for pattern. Now I'm second guessing myself. Anyway, yes, I purchased the pattern because I really wanted to do a few DK socks with some texture on them. Most of the time I just whip out vanilla ones because it's easier, but I do enjoy a textured sock once in a while, and so I did do that. So this yarn, I do not have the ball band. It is from Dirty Water Dye Works, and it is in their Lucia DK. So I think it's a 75-25, and this is all I had left. I have, I generally do, I think these were bigger. This is a 48, cast on 48, and this is a relatively large foot. It's not really fitting on the blockers all that great. I made them because my husband said he liked the color. So I'll probably give these to him. I think I made them big enough for him. But anyway, I generally am reluctant to think that I can make it through a whole DK sock from cuff to toe with one skein, because generally, you know, it's under 250 yards. I think this is probably right around 250 yard mark. So I made it with just a smidge to spare. So it's good to know that you can do that. And it's, you know, these are quite large, these socks. So anyway, that is the Biscuit Socks, and I love them. I love this color. It's called Pond Scum. I just love this little nugget. My granddaughter will probably like that. Give that to her. So that is another finished object. And then I was also working on this one in my last podcast or two. This is called the Parkview hat. I'll try and put a picture of it up here. It's from Tracy Miller of the Grocery Girls. And I made the smallest size, and here it is. It's so cute. So cute. Look at the halo on that. So I just made this for the sake of being able to dive into my stash and use up some yarn. I happen to have the yarn that the pattern calls for. And this is just a ribbed hat. Great, easy pattern, really fun to do. And I love that it has this longer edging cuff on it so that you can fold it up like that. Super easy pattern. I love the halo. So the yarn, I used the same yarn that was called for in the pattern. And it is from Scrumptious Pearl. And this is on their glam base, so it is a sparkle base. And it's called Deer and Doe. And this is what I have left. So I almost feel like you could get another hat out of that, or some shorty socks even. It in itself is fuzzy. Yeah, it's pretty fuzzy. And then I held it together with a loft. I think this is a Knit Picks thing, mohair. It was just something I had in stash, so together I held them, and I got that nice halo. And this is sparkle, but you really can't see it. You really can't see it. Maybe you can. There it is. Yeah, it is such nice yarn. It's a 80-20, excuse me, 84% merino and 16% stellina, gold stellina. So yeah, so that is finished object number 3, or whatever number it is. I will, all of my everything that I talk about is linked down below in the description box, and it's, if you can't find it, you have to click more next to the description, and that will bring a drop down box for you. Okay, and the next one is a little bit larger project. I started this a while ago, and I don't think I even showed it on my last podcast. I think it was probably after my last podcast I put it on the needles. So this is, let me go this way so you can see it better. This is called the Sophia Vest. It's a little hard to show. I didn't put it on because it's not blocked yet, and I really feel like it needs to be blocked to showcase it properly. But there it is. It's just a basic open front throw over vest. Nothing too fancy, nothing too complicated, just ribbing. But this is the first time that I used this yarn. All right. So here's the pattern, Sophia Vest. I purchased this at my local yarn store, and this vest actually has a couple of flares out on either side of it on the hips, and I started to do that, and then I decided to rip it back and not do that because I felt like it bunched up around the hips too much. It just added basically to an area that I was not really excited to showcase. So I just did it straight across on the bottom of mine. There's none of that. It just goes all straight across, and it was really easy to, eliminate that. And I liked it much better. So I'm hoping when it blocks, it doesn't quite meet as close as it should. And I'm hoping once I block it, I'll be able to gain a little bit of width there. I don't know. It's the yarn that I'm using is Juniper Moon Farm in the Zooey. And so it is 60% cotton and 40% linen. And I used 2 skeins, almost complete skeins. So that was pretty good. I got a lot of mileage out of it. So it is a summer weight vest, but my thinking was it certainly could be put over a long sleeve shirt or, worn any time of the year. It didn't have a particular season, but this yarn is very nice. Oh, sorry. I was very impressed with it. This is the Harvest Gold colorway. It's very bright on camera. It's actually pretty bright in person too. It's hard to show. But anyway, this is a pretty nice yarn. I didn't know if I was going to like it. I didn't know if it was going to hurt my hands. I didn't know if it was going to be splitty. I didn't have any trouble with it. And it would make a really nice like summer tank or summer t-shirt or any lightweight garment. So yeah, I was really happy with that one. And I don't have any pictures of that on my Ravelry page yet because I haven't blocked it, and I need to take the time to do that, but there isn't enough hours in the day. So, all right. My final two finished objects, I just did these over the last week or so. They were such a fun and easy knit, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen this one. So here it is. Oh, it's so cute. So my granddaughter Eloise has a little baby doll, and she actually knit a hat and scarf for it herself this summer while we were camping, and she has asked for some clothes for her baby doll. And this doll is the size of, like, I don't know, maybe a 1 or 2 month old real baby, maybe even 3 months. It's a good size doll. So I did, this is called Wee Susan, and it's by, I'm not sure how you say her name, Taiga or Taiga Hilliard. And it was just a simple newborn. I did the 0 to 3 month size, and so fun to knit. So this will fit the doll. So it's like a life-size baby doll. She goes everywhere with us when we're camping. She goes on the swing sets, down the slides, all of it. So Eloise will be so excited because she's also very knit-worthy. Anabelle's sister, Eloise. So this pattern called for you to knit flat, for the top portion until you got to the split for the sleeve, and then knitting around. And I opted not to do that on this one. And the reason they do that is obviously so you can get it over a baby's head. And this will fit over the doll's head, no problem. And there's really good stretch in it too. The doll does have kind of a big head, but anyway. So I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes. I used, let's see, Woolens and Nosh in their self-striping high twist DK. And this was a club. This is the July 23 club, and it says I read banned books is the colorway name. So I think that this pattern was adorable. If you have a newborn, and I don't remember the sizes. I apologize for that. I don't think I have it. But it's an easy pattern, and I was able to modify it easily to accommodate not having the back flap to have buttons. So love this color. It is so fun and so cheerful. Just a basic raglan top down. So I did that one. And then also this is all I had left. Just a smidge. I love it when you can use up a whole skein of yarn like that. Michelle's yarn is fantastic. I've talked about it before a million times. This is 100% superwash merino. 3-ply, 243 yards to 100 grams. And I was happy to be able to, use up some of those fun colors. And then the next one, I did two dresses, and here's the next one. And oh my gosh, it looks so cute on camera. It's called the Marigold Field Dress. And this is by the same designer, Taiga Hilliard. And this one I didn't do in the round to start because when I was actually knitting it before I blocked it, I thought maybe it might not fit over the baby doll's head, but in hindsight it probably would have. But I did the back and forth, and then I just have to get a couple of buttons to be able to button it up. But isn't it so cute? Oh, I just loved doing these. Again, 0 to 3 months. Let's see, and the yarn that I used for that was Malabrigo Rios, and it's the aquamarine colorway. So this is worsted weight, 210 yards, 100 100% superwash merino. And I actually had quite a bit left for this one. So, like, I don't really know why. They're like the same length and everything. Probably because it's worsted, now that I'm saying that. The other one I did in DK. So Eloise will be so thrilled to have a couple of dresses for her baby doll. And she'll be so excited that they are knit. She loves her knitting too. So, yeah. So, whew, that was a whole lot of gift knitting going on there, and it feels good to be talking about it again. It's been a long time since I've had that much time to think and talk about all of the fun things in the knitting world. So, I hope you enjoyed that as well. All right, I'm going to move on to my works in progress. Let me just grab up. Okay. All right. Both of my works in progress are socks, because I just don't have the capacity to cast on a sweater just yet. I'm hoping that that's coming soon. I don't have too much time until the holidays hit, and then I have a little bit of time off, and that will be so welcomed. So the first one that I have is in a bag, in a cute little Christmas bag, and this is by Little Robin Cottage, who I love, and I've talked a lot about her. I love her project bags. Look at the fun pattern inside, and I like it because she has these snaps, and you know, you don't have to worry about zippers getting caught and all that. So all right, so that is that, and I do have one of these finished. Here it is. I should get a blocker. Pop it on a blocker. It's so much nicer when you put them on blockers. These are I had to find my sense of humor, so I decided to call these my husband's heart attack socks, because I was partway through this one when he had his heart attack, and I did manage to finish this one. This is that great yarn that I purchased this past summer. I love it. Look at the patterning on this. It's so fun. And I didn't bother doing a contrast for the heel. And look at right on the heel flap, it's just that little tiny bit of black and white specks there. So the patterning is a little wonky here, but that doesn't bother us in the least bit. But I love this yarn. This is the online that I've talked about. I've already made some socks out of it. And I purchased this at the Cashmere Goat up in Maine when I was there in June for a trip. So there's no actual color on it, but this is 150 grams on this, and it's 75 virgin wool and 25 polyamide. So yeah, and that's what it knits up like. And so I have cast on my second one. This is all I have of it. It's been challenging to work on these. It's kind of rattled my cage a little bit, this whole experience. So it's very different. Anyway, so here it is, and all wound up. And I'm pretty sure that I am going to have enough yarn to make a pair of shorties, or use it as a partial, add some contrast color to it for heels, toes, and cuffs, and make another pair of some sort. So this is really nice yarn. I feel like it's gonna hold up really well. So happy with the way it knit up. And yeah, so that is work in progress number 1. And I'm hoping that at some point I'm going to get a sweater on the needles. I really miss sweater knitting. I don't know about you guys. I just love I love sweater knitting. I love it when you get the you know, the yoke or the top portion, and then you anticipate splitting for the sleeves, and then it's just go 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 round and round and round, and that's always a great feeling when you get to that point. And then the satisfaction of wearing them. I'm not wearing a sweater today. I don't know why. But anyway, I do have one on my mannequin over there. I don't know if you guys can see that. That is the Musso by Espace Tricot. All right, so anyway, on to the next work in progress. It is a sock. Love this. It is a sock for my grandson, Blake, who goes with Anabelle and Eloise. I'm trying to get this so I can show you a little bit better. So cute. The striping on this is awesome. I just started these yesterday, late yesterday afternoon, and it's so fun when you have colors like this. It just flies off the needle. So magic loop. And this is DK. For the kids, I do a cast on 40 stitches, 10 rounds there, 10, usually 10 for the cuff, but I think I might have done a little bit more for, so I could have the heel, have the stripe land somewhat normally. I really can't remember, but anyway, so I have about 15 more rows to go on here, and then I can do my toe. So isn't this color awesome? Sorry, this little thing. Talk about highlighter yellow in there. Yeah. All right, so the yarn is Woolens and Nosh. I love Michelle. I love her yarn. She's really a sweet friend. All right, this is her High Twist DK, and this is the August 2023 club, and the colorway is Glow Bug. Like, that's so appropriate, right? So here it is in the cake. There's so many colors in here. So many colors in here. That, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 repeat, 9 color repeat, 10 maybe even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 colors repeat. I haven't gotten to the end of the next repeat. The black is where it ends. I used some on my heel, but yeah, great color. Great color. So Blake will love these. Blake is 11, and this is for Christmas. Sorry, I'm all fumbly with it. You get the idea. It's great color. So yeah, and this again is that High Twist DK. It's 100% superwash merino, so obviously it doesn't have any nylon in it. It might not wear as well, but to be honest with you, I don't care. Blake is going to love these, and he's going to wear them, and he's going to outgrow them, and it's all good. This is yarn I have had in my stash now for a little bit, and I just want to use the yarn. So I could add nylon to the heel if I wanted to, but it's just not that big of a deal to me. It's just not. Kids wear through socks all the time, or they lose them. So, but I really like that. So that is my second work in progress. And that is all that I have on the needles right now. I do hope that I will be able to get that sweater going on. I hope. And the one other thing that I did have, sorry, I got a little bit of crinkling going on here. I apologize. But I wanted to share this. So I purchased a little embroidery kit. It's the cutest darn thing. And it's so easy. It's been a lot of years since I've done any needlework, and I am all about anything to calm me, make me quiet. I read somewhere somebody said embroidery is quiet work, and it sure is. It's nice. So it was just on a whim. So this is the kit. So cute, right? A little bunny, because Eloise likes bunnies, and I thought it'd be cute for her to hang in her room. I just purchased this off of Amazon, and this is what I have done. It's not much yet, but simple stitching. It doesn't require too much thought, and I liked that it was pre-printed like that. So you just follow the lines. I mean, that's the cheating way probably, but this kit was pretty cool because it came with all of the threads already on a little thing, all numbered for you, so you could figure it out. The downfall to the kit is that most of it, well, it's in Japanese and English. I can show you this. Can you see this? So at first I was like, oh no. Not that I haven't done embroidery before, but I don't have a huge amount of experience with it. So I was like, oh boy. But I figured it all out, and it's all good. I just got that off of Amazon because it was convenient and it was easy. And if I enjoy it, then I will find a small business somewhere that I can purchase some patterns, or like I said, I like the pre-printed instant gratification at its best. So okay, I'm going to pause for just a minute. Okay, and now on to what I have purchased. And one of the reasons that I wanted to try and get a podcast done now is because it's Advent season. And I get excited about it. I try not to get carried away with it. I have in the past. I actually still have an Advent calendar from last year that I need to do something with, and I will try and look into that, see if I can get it done. But this year I decided to do things a little bit differently, and I got a couple of just skein, like a single skein to knit a pair of socks or a hat or whatever you want to knit. And the first one I got was from Freckled Whimsy, and I have talked about her before. I have a lot of her self-striping yarns in my stash, and she makes really nice yarn. And so I purchased hers, and I purchased a full skein of her Serendipity DK, which is the one I like so much, and I didn't get a mini. And it's not a spoiler. This is how it comes. So it says, do not open until December 1st, please. So I didn't want to open it until it's time, but it does give you, you know, a little bit of instructions and guidance. Not all skeins start with the same color, and basically you do a stripe a day. I think probably what I will do is cast on 2 cups in a different just a neutral color, so that I'll have the cuffs ready to go, so I can just get on to this fun striping portion of the skein. Yeah, I think I probably will do that sooner rather than later. I mean, Advent is just a couple days away. Today is November 28th, so it's coming up quick. All right, so I purchased that one. And then the other one that I purchased, of course, is Woolens and Nosh, because I had heard so many good things about it last year, and I just adore Michelle. So she gives this card, and a bunch of goodies come in with it. I'm not going to show those or anything in case somebody doesn't want to know, but she always sends some goodies too, and a code for a pair of socks. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, she gives you a code so you can you get a pattern. And this is how the Advent comes. And so it's in 2 smaller skeins. So you can just start knitting right out of the chute. And then she sends it along with a contrasting mini skein so that you can do your cuffs which I will do ahead of time also because I am all about the stripes. So I will not do my socks on the same needle 2 at a time, but I will do them simultaneously on 2 separate needles. I do mine magic loop, and I will use, excuse me, I will use a US 3 for these. So I can't wait. It's so cute. Look at the little bag. Come on, stop it. That's adorable. So I love this. It's all pre-wound and you just have to start knitting until you get to another one of these, I believe, and then of this color, and then you stop and you wait for the next day. So that's kind of a fun way to do things, and that takes a lot of work to pull that off and a lot of work to wind it and have it in the bags and all prepped. Sorry, it's all crazy. Everything all prepped like that. I mean, that's a lot of work. And Michelle, she does a nice job all around. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with all of that or not. And I don't know if I have enough needles to do that, but I'm going to try. All right. And the last thing I wanted to share is my friend Judy from the Autumn Acorn. Hi, Jude. Her and I have developed an incredible relationship. And so this year we decided to do an Advent swap. So we've taken scraps or minis out of our stash and wound them into little 20 gram balls and packaged them in Advents for each other. Let's see, we use 20 grams, and it's fingering weight, which is fine. But I wanted to show you how nicely she packaged mine. So here it is. I'm in this big box, and it's all packaged. I hope you can see that. All packaged up so sweetly. So her and I, we actually spent Thanksgiving together. Her husband and my husband and her and I, and it was lovely, and we swapped our Advents because it was the only day we could seem to get together, and I didn't want to miss it. So it is beautiful. And so thank you, Judy, so much for that. All right. That was a whole lot of everything. I hope that it wasn't too much for anybody. And it feels good to be back. I look forward to continuing my podcast, and I really, really missed it. And I missed the community. And I so appreciate all of your kind words in the comments. I love the comments. They're the best part. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I wish all of you a wonderful day, and I thank you so much for taking the time to subscribe and to return. There are so many podcasts out there. To have you come back to me, it's just it means a lot. And so I'm coming up out of this deep dark hole, and looking forward to tackling the world again. So thank you so much, everybody. Stay safe, be happy, keep knitting, and I will see you real soon. Thank you.